This podcast contains adult language, descriptions of violence, sexual references, and other possibly offensive themes. Listener discretion is advised. Previously on Back to the Story.
You've made good choices today. We'll see what choices you make tomorrow.
Don't worry, I did the same thing when I first got here. But I had to choose between death and slavery, and, well, one was better than the other, though not by much.
And on a plateau, almost central in this gulch, you see the walls of a fortress. You hear a horn blasting from the Watcher on the Rock, which we'll say that is his action, and he is going to sprint. And that's all I can do. That will bring us up to this guy up here on the bottom right, here, who hears it. All of those inside and out, you immediately hear in another language orders being barked, people standing up, people waking up, moving about. There's a loud as a door is opened, and you hear loud footsteps storming about. That will bring us up to Ellory. You can hear a number of bugbears kind of standing up where they were maybe sleeping. People are beginning to climb ladders and move about. What do you do?
Is anyone looking in our direction right now?
The one that was sharpening his weapon is now standing up and is grabbing weapons from the rack. He's within line of sight, but he's not particularly staring at you right now.
So, question, would pouring the acid on one of the chains be an interaction, or would it be my action?
I would say that'll probably be an action.
Okay. Then I am going to... I'm going to go ahead and do that first.
Okay. So you begins pouring it onto the chain. You can see it eating away. It's pretty quick. It hasn't eaten all the way through, but it's definitely weakened it, where a good pull might loosen it completely. So that's your action. Are you using movement?
No, I am staying exactly where I am.
Okay, that'll bring us up to Amsen.
Okay, so the Watcher guy saw us at this point?
You heard a horn, and then the Watcher guy began sprinting back towards the fort.
Can I drop a grease right on his feet?
Sure can.
All right. So he gets a dexterity save.
Oh, God. That is a 9.
He eats shit.
Sliding a few feet in the grease, face first. I'm going to give him actually a death. He's fine. The grease begins to slide him towards the edge, but he clings to the grass.
I'll use my bonus action to get out my Shade Saber, and I'll move along with the rest of the group.
Okay, moving forth. And do you want to go ahead and use your movement? I'll say both. I'll move you all towards basically the edge, and you can kind of decide your movement from there.
Sure, I'll move.
And as you're charging forward, that'll bring us up to Kalvyn.
Shield of Faith already enacted. I guess I'm just charging forward.
Okay, use your movement to charge forward, and that'll bring us up to these guys. You'll hear, those of you inside the fortress hear commotion as a number, and Ezekiel, you can just barely see a little bit behind walls. There is a kind of a corner where a number of bugbears were sleeping. About 5 of them that were just sleeping are now all standing up and are beginning to move. And they're beginning to place themselves and get in position. And that will bring us up to Meli. You are going to be on deck in just a moment. So we'll say you go ahead and go now.
I'm just going to hold my action for whatever Ellory is doing.
Okay. And that will bring us up to, y'all see a number of bugbears kind of getting in position, beginning to move. A few of them get in place towards the bridge, are beginning to pull upon it to draw it back. And y'all are now running. Let's see what that distance is. Zoom all the way back. Ezekiel and then Vesper and then Ball will be on deck. Let me just do this. You'll have a good bit of cover there. He's going to go for Kalvyn, the closest shot. Actually, he's going to go for Ball, because Ball has less cover. An arrow whizzes by your head, Ball. There's another one. He's going to go for Kalvyn, who does have cover because of the... Well, yeah, he does have cover because of the boulder. Another arrow whizzes by your shoulder, Kalvyn, as you duck it. Continuing to sprint. That will bring us up to Ezekiel.
I don't really want to make a move yet. Can I look around? Do I see anything besides Meli that is not a bugbear? I don't. Tokens-wise, I don't. But I don't know if there's an angle.
You can use your action to make a perception check if you want.
I'd like to do that.
Go ahead.
25 perception.
With that, yeah, you see... I'm going to ping it. There's 2 tents on the left side of the wall. In between them, you see a figure that isn't a bugbear. Looks like just the top hat of a dwarf. You can't see much, but you can see him kind of peeking out from some sort of hovel.
Okay, that was up north. I'm sorry, I only saw part of the ping.
Yeah, it's north.
Okay, great.
And that will bring us up to Vesper.
So with my bonus action, I want to activate the prismatic veil that I'm wearing. Hold that up and activate that and get that 60 feet of dark vision.
Okay. And as I set that up, a cobra-like hood of prismatic dark colors envelop your sight, giving you that sweet, sweet dark vision. And I presume you sprint forward?
Yes.
That brings us up to...
15, 20, 25, 30. Hey, hang on, let me see how close I can get, because I have something else I might want to do.
Okay. And Ball is on deck, with Ellory coming up, back around after Ball.
I'm up by Amsen. I have to zoom. This is a huge map.
It is a very big map.
God damn. Yeah, I'll just sprint. I'll go another 5, 10, 15. Oh, wait, no, hang on. Yeah, no, I'll sprint. I'll go 5, 10, 15.
Okay. And I'll bring this up to Ball since Vesper is sprinting forward.
With Ball's bonus action, he will do the Mantle of Flame.
Okay.
Then he will move 25 feet up, so 1, 2, 3, 5.
Bursting into a form of flame as you running steam coming up from your feet where the light drizzle rain is evaporating.
And then I can do one more. And then with my action, I'll dash to get, I guess, beside Kalvyn. Can I see over? How tall is this boulder?
The one to the right is maybe 5-ish feet tall. The one to the left is maybe 15 feet tall.
Okay, so I'll get up to here, and then I'll look to the party and say, Kalvyn, you stay close. The rest don't stay too close. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. That'll bring us up to these guys. As you'll see, more are standing, beginning to move around. Let's see. Moving these guys. Blah, blah, blah. Cha, cha, cha. As Ezekiel, from your position now, I think you're the only one that can really begin to see it. You can see orders being barked in another language. You can clearly see 2 officers of some sort who are in charge of maybe 5 bugbears each. There's also another commander who walks out, a tall, large one in fine steel armor, who goes over to this campfire, reaches down with a nearby cooking tool, and scoops charcoal up. You see he's holding a large morning star in his right hand. You can see as the light hits it, it is made of black iron, covered in soot, apparently. The ball itself with the spikes on it, there are 4 windows as if prison cells barred. One of them, he opens it and pours the burning hot coals into its center, closing it and locking again, leaving a morning star with a burning red ember coal of an eye as he stands up and begins to prepare for whatever is coming. The scout begins to sprint further, so he gets up half speed. And is it a dexterity check or save to see if he can get through it without a problem?
A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
Okay, so he's fine, but is it difficult terrain until then?
Nope. Yeah, it is difficult terrain. My apologies.
Okay. Standing in its area. Okay, so it's difficult terrain, but he gets to his feet with half speed. So he has 15 left. So he can't quite get out of it. So he's on the edge of it. It's just he's slipping and sliding, trying to make his way out of it. So he needs to make another dexterity save. That's an 11 as he falls prone again. That'll bring us here and to the commander and then Ellory. So it looks like that chain, the acid is dissolving it. It might be another couple of seconds before it's completely gone, but there's still 2 other shackles that remain, as well as the ropes.
Are the ropes attached to anything or just binding her?
They're just binding her hands together and binding her ankles together. You have one of the shackles about burned through the acid, almost, and the other shackles are bound to this wall. There's 2 shackles left and 2 ropes left.
And the 2 shackles seem to be individually locked?
They do.
Okay. So I get to work on one of them.
Okay. With a lockpick?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make a check. Amsen is on deck.
That's a 15.
Okay, you pop it open. It's not too difficult. It's old and rusty and with large mechanisms. Another one falls free.
Okay, so there's one more left.
There's 1 shackle left. So if you're staying there, presumably, that will bring us up to...
Actually, before, I'd just like to peek around this wall to see what I can see on the other side.
Okay, you should have enough movement to do that.
Yeah,
you can use your movement to kind of figure that out. That was your action.
Do that.
You see a number of them, and they're all standing. You see several of them with bows out, prepared to fire. And you see a few others with weapons, as well as the large commander with the morning star of gold.
Okay, then back to Meli.
Okay, and that will bring us up to... Yep.
I'm going to stay there until my next turn.
Okay. Amsen, right now. Kalvyn on deck.
Okay, I'm going to move up to Vesper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I am going to use I don't know where it is because I can't properly see it right now. I'm going to use my bonus action to inspire Ball before he leaps into danger. And I know that I promised my next one would be Firework, but I came up with a better one. So I'm going to sing this. So look that way, you've come to this day. See the life I will sing of in song. He feels no pain when wreathed in a shroud of 1,000 flames. Through the fire and the flames he'll carry on.
I like that. Thanks, man.
And then I'll use my action to move up another 30 feet.
Okay. Singing now, as you're moving through this light drizzle sprinting forth. That will bring us up to Kalvyn.
Huh? Oh, I am deferring or holding my initiative to go after Ball from here forth.
And that's your entire turn, correct?
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna, I'll, from here on, whatever Ball does, I'll do whatever he does after.
You got it.
I'll go after him.
Okay, so deferring, that will bring us up to these guys, who are going to, now seeing what they're up against, are going to pull this a little bit more. And this guy's going to take a shot, though. And actually, several of them are going to go and take shots against Amsen. The closest one, that is a 21 to hit. Amsen is an arrow.
Can I... Yeah, sure, whatever. I'll use luck.
Okay, so reroll.
Yep.
That is a 17 to hit.
And I'll use shield so that it doesn't hit.
So you try to dodge it, but it's going surprisingly fast in this darkness. You slip a little bit, but as you do, shattering the arrow. Another come. That one's a natural 1. This one, a 14. As another arrow flies off. And that will bring us up to this guy. Hearing the sound and the storming, you hear Ellory and Ezekiel. You see into this, the red bugbear officer, and you see with each of the 3 syllables, they notch an arrow, draw back, and raise their bow. They're prepared to fire. They're looking in direction, so they're ready to go. You hear other shouts from other areas as the bridge is being pulled back. And that will bring us up to Meli. And Meli, whenever whatever you need.
Is one of my hands free? Or was that
I would. It's up to her, but I would presume she would take a hand first. But
okay.
Yeah.
If she,
your hands are still bound by the rope, but one shackle is off one of your hands.
I'm gonna try and somehow get the rope off my hands if I'm just like either bending my hand back to pick it or not, or just release it.
Make either an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Okay. Am I still exhausted?
You are.
Okay.
It's a disadvantage. Good call.
17.
Wow. Okay. Even at disadvantage, you're able to slip just one of the hands out of the ropes. It took your action to do so, but you have one hand free.
Okay, cool. I also want to tell Ellory that it was the boss that has my book, wasn't it?
The last you saw, it was him.
Okay, I'm just going to turn to Ellory and be like, they have my book, they have my book, I can't do anything. I mean, I have a few spells, but I can't do everything else because they've got my book. And then that's my turn, and also I've got to leave.
Oh, Katy.
I'm really sorry.
No, you're all good. We will let you know how it comes out. Do you have any general plan tips to give me, or just like do the best I can?
I generally wing it, so.
Okay, wing it.
I changed all my spells, so I have all the ones that I have prepared.
Cool.
Grease, and then burning hands to set the grease on fire would be pretty cool.
Got it. Okay. With that, thank you so much for joining, Katy. I'm sorry to finish everything, but
Bye, Katy.
Good night.
Hope you survive.
Bye.
Good luck on your exam.
Thank you.
Okay. Right. So that is Meli. That'll bring us up to these guys. This guy's going to climb up. And another folly. That's an 11. As another arrow flies. And not great. 13. As arrows are flying in your direction, but there's far enough distance where you can get out of the way, serpentining your way towards the fortress. That brings up to Ezekiel in spider form, clinging to the rock as you hear Klouse, Lothar. There's various calls to arms going off.
I have no idea what's going on outside or how close they are, so.
And I'm gonna just, to make it a little easier to see, I'm gonna take these out. So those tents you obviously can't see through, but from your perspective, you can kind of see. Okay, that's helpful. A little bit, yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of people in here, guys. I am going to climb up onto the wall so that I do not need to be in spider form if I choose to drop it next turn, but
So the walls are only about a foot-ish thick, if that. So you can balance on top.
I'm going to hope that this won't break invisibility, and I'm going to use my action to summon my wings. They're spectral, but they're part of my body, so I don't know.
It's not a spell, and it's not an attack, so...
Right. I'm going to... I call those out, and now I'm like on my spider tippy toes on the top of the wall, just hovering.
Okay. As Ezekiel is hovering, Vesper, you're charging across the field towards the fortress.
Yep. I'm going to run up next to Amsen, and seeing this guy slipping and sliding in the grease, I remember Ellory and Meli's usual tactics of this spell, and I remember something I have, and I reach into my pouch where I keep all of our potions, past all of the health potions, and I pull out a small vial of orange-yellow liquid, and crack that open and drink it. And I drink the potion of fire breath, and I would like to breathe fire at this bugbear on the ground, covered in grease.
You chug it. You cough. Smoke comes out. It feels strangely warm and nice, like drinking hot tea on a cold day. For you, it doesn't bother you as much. As you do, you move up to him and that is a dexterity check for him. Go ahead and roll 3d6 damage for me.
It says 4d6 on the
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
handout.
I based it off Dragon's Breath. 4d6 is fine.
All right.
I wasn't sure if I gave you the exact stats.
Either one. It's 11 fire damage.
Okay.
And I can do that 3 times
and actually,
or when an hour has passed.
Roll another 3d6 as the grease.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yep. Oh, okay. That's another 10, so 21 total.
An explosion of flames as he's now writhing on the ground, just screaming, trying to crawl his way out in agony. I think you use your movement. That'll bring us up to Ball. Unless
Is that my action to drink it too?
Yeah, that was your action to drink it.
Cool.
Ball.
All right, so I'm going to use my sorcery meta magic to double the distance of my Thunderstep. I'm going to grab Kalvyn by the shoulder and Thunderstep to... I can't see exactly because I'm a big body, so I'm going to tell you where I was thinking about going, and you tell me if that was actually a legal spot.
Sure.
So I'd like to position my body here, like my top left corner of my body here.
I'd say you'd probably have to go a little bit to the right, because this right here is just clipping it.
Okay, sure. So,
but like a square or two to the right would probably be feasible. You can probably do that.
I'll do a step to the right, and then do that.
And that's Thunderstep?
Thunderstep, yeah. So it'd be 180. So here.
An explosion of thunder erupts as you pull Kalvyn, popping into the middle of it. So I'll go ahead and move both of y'all.
And I don't know if I can choose where Kalvyn appears, but if I can.
As long as it's an open 5-foot slot. So I'll say you can get there because you have to go a little bit to the right. But Kalvyn can be any open 5-foot slot next to you, wherever you want him.
Can we just have Kalvyn go this one square here?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's next to you.
Okay. And then, Kalvyn, do you see what I see?
You see immediately as a number of bowbears with readied actions are releasing arrows to you, towards Ball and towards Kalvyn.
Okay, fuck. Is there anything I can do with the bonus action here?
I'll go ahead and start rolling attacks. Okay, so we have, I'll say, 2.
On the first one against Ball, if you could give it disadvantage, that'd be swell.
Sure. So
actually, is that big guy swinging at him too? The guy that we're right next to?
Yeah, he's swinging.
Okay, that guy will get disadvantage.
Okay. So one is a 5 against Ball.
Right now I've got an AC of 21, so...
Another misses. Another misses Ball. Another misses Ball. Another misses Ball. And this one actually goes towards Kalvyn. 19 for Kalvyn.
22 is my AC right now.
So, hitting the flames of Ball and off the armor of Kalvyn. But now let's do the big guy, the commander. Disadvantage because Kalvyn puts his shield in between. That is a dirty 20.
That will not hit.
So, it slams into your shield, Kalvyn, as it's pushed it actually into Ball's body, but is able to absorb the blow as flames kind of rip around the edge of the shield. So that is all their reactions here. Ball, is there anything else for you? Action, you still have movement and bonus action.
So I've already moved one square, so I can't just sidestep. What I will do is I'll just I'll use 2 sorcery points as a bonus action attack the boss guy, and that will be, I'll use my inspiration that was given to me. Inspiration, that's not advantage, that just gives me a bonus.
It's a 1d8. Bonus die to add, yeah.
1d8.
And do I have to do that before I roll, or can I do that after?
You can do it after.
Okay, so I'll see if I use it. I'm just going to do Phoenix Blade anyway on the big guy.
Okay.
With my Oni Glaive.
Okay, so slicing.
It's a natural 1. So I will not use anything.
Roll another d20 for me.
All right. It's a good start, guys. Good start.
This is fun.
It's a 2.
You just, in the rain, the glaive almost slides out of your hand, but you just barely cling to it. As you survey the situation, I think that's it for you, Ball?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Kalvyn, you're on deck. Or it's your turn.
Cool. I will unleash fury. I'm going to. I probably should have done this before, but I didn't fucking think about it, so I'm going to do it now. I'm going to channel divinity. I'm going to grab my holy symbol, and I'm going to take. Can I roll? Let me ask you a question. Can I roll 2d8 and decide if I want to roll a third one? Or do I have to decide before I roll? You have to decide
for now.
I'm just going to do 2. I'm gonna mutter. I'm gonna.
Get ready to go home. What are you
no, fuck that. I'll do 3. Don't at me.
So easy.
Shit.
Oh no.
So I take some damage, but I now have a 23 AC, and I have plus 10 to hit, and I get an extra 3 damage to my attacks.
Damn right. So Kalvyn, you see what you're up against, and you may not make it out, but you're going to take some people out one way or another, whichever way it goes. So you do that, and then what else for your turn?
I start stabbing the big guy. I go crazy nuts with my spear.
Go for it.
Okay. The first one's a 28 to hit.
That'll hit.
The second one, I'm gonna dump a second level smite into that.
Duh.
And you want me to roll damage first or roll my next hat? What do you want me to do?
Go ahead and roll the attacks. So.
The next is a 16 to hit.
Misses.
Fuck.
As he takes his gauntlet and knocks the spear out of the way after the first one strikes in.
Okay, so I didn't grab enough D8s. So.
And Ellory's going to be on deck after a couple people.
Okay, so that's terrible. That's going to be a 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
Plus 18 radiant, I guess is what smite does.
Okay, so you drive it into the chinks in his armor, pushing him back. The second strike he knocks out of the way with his gauntlet. As you see him looking down, going forward, huffing, carrying this maw of coal. And so that is Kalvyn. At the end of your turn, the commander is going to go ahead and use a heroic action, in which case he's going to yell, Rokor Zaki Var! Yelling out this battle cry. Kalvyn, you need to make a wisdom saving throw. Although it may not affect you, but we'll see.
It's a 16.
That just saves. You keep yourself from trembling and being frightened by the roar as the saliva kind of spits out of his mouth, mixing in with the rain against you. You've seen worse. So he uses your reaction, or his heroic action for that. That'll bring us up to the Reds. A few of which drop their weapons and are charging in with maces, and a couple others who are doing similar things. So he's going to run up against Ball. That's not good. This guy's going to run up against Kalvyn. That's a 16 to hit. This guy's going to charge over and do a similar thing. I can't roll tonight. This guy is going to continue to shoot Ball. Misses. And this guy's going to continue to shoot Ball as well. Misses. This guy, finally some juice, is going to sprint up. So you see a number of them just pull out maces. A few arrows go by as they're swinging at Ball and Kalvyn, who are ducking using shields, knocking the blows away, or they're just hitting into thick armor. You see one with a cloak that sprints forth towards Ball, a little bit bigger than the others, with a very large helm. This one with actually horns upon it. And he is going to... Not great. That is a 15. That is a 22 to hit against Ball.
I will, with my reaction, do shield.
Okay. So he slams in, but you just block it as a bout of flame forces the weapon back. And that will bring us up to this scout. He was just really having a bad time. He stands up. I'll say, it's a dex save.
Does he get hurt because he's on fire?
16. I'll say take some damage, not as much, but I'll roll it. He's not looking great, but he's beginning to sprint out. So he stands up and gets there, and that's all he can do. He's running, but that's all he can do. That'll bring us up to this guy. Has suddenly conjured a burning sphere is projected right next to Ball. Let's see how that actually works.
Which guy did that?
You see Ezekiel now, someone from the tower makes motions as the sphere appears. He's about 40-ish feet up from ground level. So, action, He ends its turn within 5 feet. Bonus action, he's going to try to ram it. So, dexterity save for you, Ball.
Do I get +3 or something because Kalvyn's around?
I believe so. Kalvyn, is that right?
Yes, for the current +3 bonus to all saving throws.
Well, with my 2, I don't think that'll matter. So I'll get hit by whatever this is.
Okay, you gotta start rolling better, man.
He takes 7 total fire damage. Reduced to 3 because you're resistant.
Perfect.
Roger, I thought you had these dice rigged. What happened?
I didn't pay my monthly rig subscription.
God.
At the end of his turn, the commander is going to go ahead and make an attack.
Against Ball?
Yeah.
I have shield up.
Please.
Okay, sure.
Disadvantage, you said again?
Yeah. Yeah, whenever that guy attacks, if he attacks Ball, I want it to be disadvantage.
Okay, so that's 19 against Ball. And then that brings us to his turn. So you use 1 heroic action.
That was a heroic action?
Yeah, he has heroic actions. He just used 1 to make that battle cry that you saved against.
Where's our heroic action?
That's a 26 to hit Ball.
That's that just hits my armor class.
And a 17. So the 26, you take 15 piercing damage.
All right. First, I got to do
and 3 fire damage
for the or Constitution for the first one, which I do with advantage. Okay, and then Constitution. I'm good. So the shield stays.
And actually, I need you to make a strength save. As the first 2, you knock to the side, parry with the shield as he hits into your armor, and then the other one, he hits towards your legs and tries to trip you, but is unable to. But you do take 6 extra piercing damage as well. That brings us up to Ellory. Amsen on deck.
Okay, I am going to scoot back around this wall to Meli first. So looking at the area around me, I have a couple of questions. How high up is the closest guy on that rampart?
He's about 15 feet up.
Okay. And then I know the map is dark, so I can't see anything on it past the wall, but would Ellory be able to see a point of land within 90 feet outside of the gate from this angle?
From where you currently are, I don't think so. You can see if you can move a little bit more to the right, the grease fire is giving a little bit of light, but you can't from where you are see it. It's too dark.
I think I just have just enough movement to move 1 more square.
And I believe you have to be next to Meli to be able to.
Oh.
You probably need another square or 2 to be able to.
Okay.
See it. It does have some range, but not much.
That is not ideal. Because I don't think I can perch on top of the wall if I land there with Thunderstep.
Not on the wall itself. It would be precarious. You would have to make saves. The ramparts you could.
But the rampart's got that guy right there. How does Meli look health-wise?
Good question. She's okay. She looks kind of beat up and exhausted, but she's okay. She's not currently bleeding out.
And last question, is the rampart level with the wall?
No. So the rampart goes up about 15 feet to foot level, and then the wall goes about 5-ish feet above that. So there's some cover for the person standing on it.
And I am about 5 feet tall, so I wouldn't be able to see over it very well if I got up there.
Yeah, you might just clear it, so we're not. What are you doing, Ellory?
Okay, so I am going to first try to unlock the last of the shackles.
Okay, go ahead and make a lock check.
Oh, that's good. That's 24.
Oh, yeah. Pops it open. So both of her hands are free. The ankle has been about totally burnt through with the acid. She slipped one of her hand out of the rope of her hands. There's still rope around her legs, but it's not binding her to a wall. It's just keeping her from running or moving. She'd have to hop.
Is she standing or?
She was leaning against the wall, so, she can start to get to her feet, but not currently standing.
Okay, so I'm just going to grab her wrist and kind of tug her in the direction going towards the gate, but I know I can't actually move her.
Okay, so you begin to pull her in that direction.
Yeah.
That'll bring us up to Amsen. Actually, at the end of your turn, my boy, the commander, is going to go ahead and make another attack, this time against Kalvyn. He's trying to your shield in the way all the time. That is a dirty 20.
No, 21? Sir.
Okay,
23 currently.
So hits into your shield, scraping some of the armor, but he should have taken a different ability, but that's what he does. And Amsen.
All right, I'm going to run ahead a few squares, 5, 10, 15, 20, just a little bit, and get in front of this guy, and I'm going to yell at Vesper, "Go on ahead, I'll catch up." And I'm going to firebolt this guy, who's covered in flames.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
This is almost a really low roll. That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so 2d10. That's a shit roll, though. That's 5 fire damage.
That's just enough as he begins to burn and he's finally silenced.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. That'll bring us up to the blue man group. So as these bugbears continue, 2 of them continue to pull the bridge back to there. As this one step forward is going to take a shot against you, Amsen. That's 16 to hit.
Because shield ran out, that will hit.
Okay. 8 piercing damage as it finds its mark. As this one is going to strike towards Vesper. That is a 10 to hit. As you duck under that one. Those 2 are pulling, and where's the last one here? This guy. This guy's going to turn and throw a javelin towards Ball. And that's like a 9. The javelin hits. You feel something in your back ball as you're getting wailed on all sides. I just forgot how advantage and flanking work. But here we are. And that'll bring us up to the red, who's going to attack Ball at advantage since he's now flanking. That's a natural 19, 9, so that is 24 to hit Ball.
That won't hit.
Okay, so as you... Is that because of your shield?
Yeah, I still have shield activated. It hasn't been my turn again yet.
Okay. As it scrapes off against you, and he's going to do his second attack. 18 would have to hit a natural 20 to hit you, as he hits, hitting into you, unable to penetrate the shield of your armor or the flames. And that brings us up to this guy. Where is he? He's going to step up at advantage against you, Ball. Nope. And nope, as there's just wailing on you. That'll bring us up to Meli, who's going to try to slip her feet out. She's unable to, but she does kind of get to her feet and begin to hop to follow you, or she kind of hops in your direction. I'd say that's as far as she can go, hopping. That'll bring us up to these guys who are going to fire out at Amsen again. It's a natural 20 against you, Amsen. Dealing...
I'm going to use luck on that natural 20.
Instead, that is a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Dealing 8 piercing damage. That is not a crit. Another one misses. And one towards Vesper. That is a 16 to hit Vesper.
Yeah, because I don't have my shield, so.
10 piercing damage.
Fuck.
And one towards Ball. Arrow. No, there's another arrow flies down. I think I'm getting everybody. Yeah. And that'll bring us up to Ezekiel with Vesper on deck.
Nick, ahead of time, I'm sorry. Ezekiel is going to fly out. I assume I'm about 10 feet up, so I'm going to fly over here. I'm going to bonus action drop form And then with my action, cast Conjure Animals and summon 8 wolves right behind that line.
Right behind which line?
Where Ball and Kalvyn are, I want basically in this empty space, if it will let me.
Like here-ish?
Yeah, right by that campfire. I know
Do they immediately attack?
They roll initiative.
Okay, so I'm going to put them all on one initiative.
That's how they work. They'll all roll initiative. I plugged it in so I can just quickly tap as many as I need to for all of them that make it through, but I want to take some of the heat off. Yeah, I've got it programmed in. I'll make this
stat blocks. Great.
Yeah. Awesome. And I've got HP to calculate for each one. I'll number them in my own head. I'll make this as easy as you would possible, but pack of wolves.
Do they immediately attack?
No. So they'll roll initiative and they'll go on their next one. So let me roll 1d20 plus 2 to see if they're going before or after me. So they rolled a 14, so they will go in the next round. But yeah, all of those people suddenly have wolves around.
Okay, a 14. I'm going to put them behind Amsen. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but that's where it is for now. So suddenly, Ezekiel, what does this look like? Is a goddamn pack of wolves up here?
Well, I'm also appearing in my angel form as it happens, so I think I'm just going to, in invisibility, there's a voice where I'll just call out, Asintma, I need some friends. And then with a flash of light that kind of ripples across that grass, there are just 8 snarling wolves.
You hear howls echoing and the snarls as they begin to tear into them. But first, that will bring us up to Vesper, as the bugbear is now surrounded with Bull and Kalvyn on one side, the wolves on the other, and an angel man flying, arms outstretched. Vesper, you're sprinting still towards the fortress.
Yeah,
what do you do?
I'm going to move my first 30 feet. Cool. I'm still too far away. Can't see shit. I'm going to just run another. I'm going to use my bonus action to run another 30. Actually, let's say. Can I say that was my action? To dash.
Okay, so you still have your bonus and movement.
No, I use my movement. So. Okay. Fuck. I'm just going to do this now so I can get it out of the way, so I'm not wasting time later when I'm actually into the shit. Vesper's going to try and cast Spiritual Weapon ahead of her.
Okay, where are you trying to cast it?
60 feet, so right here, between these guys. But,
as it appears, there's a light that stretches. As you can faintly see, just hands and arms up to the elbows draw back. Go ahead and make an attack roll against left or right, your choice.
We'll do the one on the right. I didn't think that was going to work. Now I have to use that spell slot. Okay. Natural 20.
Yeah, you hit.
All right.
So you see a bugbear that's kind of drawing back for another arrow on you and Amsen. Suddenly blindsided.
Double dice is 9 piercing.
Suddenly slammed.
Or 9 force.
With this force energy from this divine weapon. And I believe that's all you can do?
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of your turn, the guy is going to use his last one for this round and is going to try to hit Kalvyn. That's a natural 1. The coal, he begins to raise it up, and Kalvyn, you take your free hand and grab it and push the weapon back down, taking your spear again. He is surprised by the strength you hold, and he's beginning to look around at these wolves and everything happening now, cascading down. That will bring us up to Ball.
Did I see which one cast the flaming sphere?
You saw it happen. You're not sure. You could make a perception check. You're kind of in the middle of it, so it's hard to tell.
Would that be my action to do so?
It would be an action to try and find that.
Okay, that's fine. Can I just tell from a quick glance if any of these guys look more like a caster than the other?
Quick glance, you don't immediately see. They're all holding weapons out.
Okay, that's fine. So I'll attack this guy here, the blue with the skull thing on it.
Yeah. And you technically have advantage because there's a wolf there.
Right, perfect. So I will attack using my Phoenix Blade with advantage for a natural 20.
Yeah.
I have no choice but to put a second level smite into it.
Yep. Kalvyn, you're on deck. The people who can't be hit except for natural 20s.
This might take me a second to do the math. So give me a sec here. So that's 17 for the Oni Glaive damage, plus roll this twice. 7 fire damage to that guy, plus 20 fire damage to, I'm going to do this guy here.
To which one? The cloaked or the regular?
The red skull.
Got it.
And then my smite, which is 3d8, I believe, and I doubled that, so 68. Jesus. 28 radiant damage to the blue skull guy.
As you come down, slicing him, he almost knocks back, falling over, tipping over the wolf, coming to a still as the flames leap over to the other bugbear officer. One is felled. First one.
And then I'll use my last 2 sorcery points to, as a bonus action, do the same thing to the red skull guy. Or sorry, I don't get advantage on this red number 2, do I?
No.
Okay, so I'll do it on red skull guy.
At advantage.
At advantage for another natural 20.
Jesus. Okay, yeah.
He's already a bit weakened, so I'll only put a level 1 smite.
Okay.
That's where my rolls are, if you guys were wondering. Just saving them for my attack. That's 23 slashing damage.
Oh. You slice into him. He's still standing.
Plus,
after the slash.
The Searing Smite will hit, it'll bounce to the guy below him. To the red 2. And that is, oh sorry, not Searing Smite, that's the wrong one. Phoenix Blade. And since it's crit, it'll be 10 fire damage to the main guy, and then 19 fire damage to red 2. And then, I guess I won't bother with the smite damage, but I did use the spell slot.
Okay, so these quick strikes, you immediately fell 2 bugbear officers as flames leap between them. That will bring us up to Kalvyn.
Kalvyn will attack red number 1, I think, to his left.
Okay, you have advantage because there's a wolf there.
Cool. I got a 13.
That'll miss. As you swing, he uses his shield to knock the first spear out of the way.
Okay, well then I will attack again. For a 22.
That'll hit.
Okay, I'm going to do a level 1 smite. Okay, that's math. It's 5 piercing, and then 9 radiant. And then I'm going to bash him with my shield.
Okay.
For 23 is my roll.
Yeah, you hit him and you knock him down and deal the damage.
Okay, it does. Awesome. 8 bludgeoning. Or, excuse me, 5 bludgeoning and 3 radiant.
Okay, you 2 quick strikes and then slam the shield, knocking him to the ground. You see blood. As he hits the ground, the wind is knocked out of his lungs, and with it comes blood spattering up into the air. This guy is alive, but just barely. And that'll bring us up to the reds, of which several are out. But this guy will stand up and immediately attack you, Kalvyn, at advantage. That's a natural 19. So that is a 23 to hit you.
That's on the money.
Just barely. First attack ever to hit you. That's 13 bludgeoning damage. As he whacks you in your temple, you can feel the helmet bends in just a little bit as he hits you with his mace, snarling with what's left of his life. This guy will go ahead and go for you as well. Not advantage. Another one comes to your left, just hearing the mace whistling through the air and wind. You duck under that one, Kalvyn. And this last one is going to go against Ball here. I know there's a couple more, actually. Another one hits against Ball, missing, and then 2 others in the back are going to shoot towards Ezekiel. That is a 19 against Ezekiel.
Nope.
19's a no? Wow, okay. And a worse. As 2 of the bugbears spin towards this flying angel man, shooting arrows into the air, missing under Ezekiel. So that is the reds. That'll bring us up to the scout who is dead. Ball, did you get that fire damage from the burning sphere?
Yes, I got that fire damage. Did you get my notes that I sent you? Whenever you get the chance,
Got it.
Got it. A little bit.
Okay. I got it, the initial damage. I'll take off the other part.
Perfect.
I'm thinking that, yeah. So the burning sphere that is burning next to you, Ball, winks out. And suddenly, Kalvyn, you feel the spear in your hand heating up painfully The spear heats up until it's glowing red hot, burning. Yeah, you're touching it, so you immediately take 11 points of fire damage, Kalvyn. And make a Constitution save.
Oh, shit.
So no save if you're touching it, save to see if you drop the weapon.
Cool. I don't want to use that one. Not cool at all. I quit. Can we just admit that this was bad? Let's reboot.
You're not that beat up, going from surrounded to slow, like starting to whittle them away.
I rolled a natural 1.
Kalvyn, you drop your spear to the ground.
Cool. And I'm at beyond half hit points, so shit's triggered.
Okay.
So, you know.
As the weapon drops, you kind of look up, see yourself still surrounded, and you know what it's going to take to get you out of it. That will bring us up to the commander, who's going to, with your weapon down, is going to begin to fly a flurry of strikes into you, Kalvyn. At advantage because he's flanking. 19. That is a natural 20, dealing... Oh boy, here we go. Now it's my turn. 18 piercing damage, 5 fire damage, and he's going to go ahead and make you make a strength save. As this last strike hits into the side of your leg, you feel the piercing spikes of the Morning Star fly into your knee. You hear a crack as it hits.
I rolled a natural 1.
As he hits, the cracks as your knee falls up and you buckle onto the ground. You take 13 more piercing damage.
I'm out.
Ball.
Are you?
Ball.
You're an orc. You're half orc.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I'm at 1 hit point.
You see Kalvyn, Ball and Ezekiel, who are in the area, see Kalvyn fall to the ground, leg kind of cracked to the side almost. You see him on his back for a moment with the rain pattering on his face. You see his eyes ignite, opening. You see him gripping the ground, preparing, gritting his teeth to stand up and finish the fight. Ellory.
Can I just say it is so stressful hearing so much happen in between my turns. Okay, so.
Ellory now, Amsen on deck.
Oh, a question. Can I see the fire from Amsen's spells on the map right now?
From like the firebolt?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see.
Like in that moment, but it doesn't last very long. But there's still enough on fire there to where if you can get further enough to the right, you'll be able to see a spot to land.
Okay, do you know how much further to the right I would have to go for that?
3 squares to the right.
3 squares. So
because there's bugbears in the way and walls and rocks and stuff.
I'm going to move to. Can I drag Meli with me?
You can grab her. It's difficult terrain with her, but you can.
So it would. I'd only be able to go 1 more square, but that's what I need to be able to see a spot to land.
Okay.
So I'm going to go 1 more square, dragging her with me.
Okay.
And this is actually kind of a nice spot to be in. And then I am going to, holding on to Meli, thunderstep the fuck out of there.
Okay.
And
so
everyone,
10-foot radius?
Yeah, everyone within 10 feet has to make a Constitution save, I believe.
Ezekiel, roll 1 for the wolf, and 2 others. You're going to have to make it. Nope. Double nope. The bugbears don't make it. So that thunder, you hear it crack in the sky in the distance, this angry storm rushing towards your location, and this thunderous crack from Ellory's location, snapping Meli and you out of there.
So, let me do a bit of quick math. For anyone who failed the save,
yeah,
that is 17 points of thunder damage, and half that for anyone who succeeded.
So 8 to the wolf, I believe. 19 beats your DC.
Yes.
Okay, so you land with Meli beside you. She's still bound at the feet, hopping, but she's out of there. Is there anything else, or is that it for you? If not, that will bring us up to Amsen.
Sorry, I was muted. Just to confirm, if I try to cast another spell as a bonus action, it would have to be a cantrip, right?
Correct.
Then I am not going to do that. That's it then.
Okay. And Amsen, right before your turn, The commander is going to use a heroic action to slam his Morning Star of coal upon Kalvyn at advantage. It's another natural 20. As he lifts it up, there's a resounding cracking sound. As I'm not going to roll damage, Kalvyn, you drop to 0 hit points. So that's one of his actions. Amsen.
All right. I'm going to run up. And I'm going to, running past Ellory and Meli. Hello. And then I will actually, seeing Meli get out with Ellory, I would like to cast Minor Illusion 30 feet ahead of me towards the gate.
Okay.
And as loud as the spell will allow, I would like to scream out, "We have Meli, get out!"
Perfect. Okay. So Amsen, running through this drizzle that's beginning to pick up, you cast this spell as through the sounds of clashing bodies and burning flames, everyone can hear this scream through the rain. We have Meli. Get out. Ezekiel, you'll be on deck, but first, the blue guys. These two are going to fire against Vesper.
1 sec. I'm just going to healing word myself quickly.
Is that me on deck, or are those my wolves? Because they probably should have gone well before me. They're at 14.
I'm sorry. I wrote 14 and then I didn't do it. So
it's okay.
I didn't write wolves. I just wrote 14. I was like, what is that? Why did I write 14 twice? So wolves go, actually, right now.
All right. I got to look to see. So we're going to go down from the north. They're all just going to attack who they can. These first two have advantage because of pack tactics on red 1.
Yeah.
11's not going to hit. 21.
That'll hit.
For 8 points of damage, that guy has to make a strength save.
He's dead as the wolf rips his throat out.
All right. 1 on red 2. Where did my wolf
tactics
go? 19.
That'll hit.
6 damage. Versus number 4. Not pack tactics, so just 6. That'll miss. This guy will move. Or no. These two versus number 2. 2 at pack tactics. 23 and 20.
Yep, both hit.
5 and 7.
Dead. As the one grabs his ankle, pulls him onto his back, slamming him on the ground as the other one tears into his stomach beneath the hide.
This guy,
intestines out.
I don't know if he's going to take an opportunity attack to get there. I can't really see, but he can. Is going to try and circle so that he's with that guy.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He can just get there. That's going to take attacks of opportunity, though.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. The first one is going to go ahead and go for it. That is, nope, that's going to miss. And then this one is going to go ahead and go for it. And that one is a 20.
That'll hit.
Something. Dealing 23 piercing?
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay. And some fire. As the commander slams into this wolf as he's running through ball space.
Then I've got one more, not at pack tactics, versus the one in the bottom left. Green 1.
That hits.
7.
Okay. Boy, howdy. I forgot about green 1. But he's not liking that. Okay. So as the wolves just tear into, ripping down some of these black paws to the ground, that will bring us up to the blues, 2 of which are going to go ahead and fire at the closest target, which is Vesper. And that is a 17 to achieve Vesper.
Yeah.
And a 19.
Yeah.
Okay. Dealing 15 piercing damage total between 2 arrows that strike into you. These other 2 are not liking that. They're going to go ahead and shoot the wolves. That's actually pretty good. 21 to hit a wolf?
Yeah, they have an AC of 13, and they only have 11 hit points, so you can just start deleting them if you do more than that.
So 9 against that guy, and 7 against that guy.
All right. I will take those numbers out of 2 of their HP. You can let me know if one looks like they're going to disappear.
Okay, so 2 blues, those 2 blues. Okay. Red, Morning Mole is dead, the officer. Morning Mole blue, the officer is also dead. That brings us up to Meli. who's down here. I don't know if she's going to be able to do anything super helpful. She doesn't have her book, so she can only do certain things. She's going to try Ray of Frost. Hitting 1, and that'll bring us up to Ezekiel in just a second. This guy's dead. She flings a Ray of Frost, striking into one of the bugbears holding a bow just at the edge, who falls back dead. Greens, this guy's going to go ahead and try to hit that wolf. Yeah, he hits him, dealing not great, but enough. Dead. 3 more greens are going to continue to focus on the reinforcements against Vesper. That is not great. That's like a 7. And that is a 13 against Vesper. This one's going to shoot towards Amsen. And that one is a 17 against Amsen.
I'm going to use shield again.
Shattering the air mid-flight, flying to splinters. And that will bring us up to Ezekiel, finally, flying in the air.
Okay, so I am going to bonus action Healing Word Kalvyn at 2nd level.
Okay.
So that is, nice, 12 hit points for Kalvyn.
Max.
And then I'm going to fly down here, and as I am going to try and hit, I don't have Shillelagh, this is just a normal staff, that's terrible. I will shout in to that dwarf fella I saw earlier, if you can get away, get over here. 20 plus 5, I don't even have a normal staff attack. No, I don't hit.
Okay. Flying down, landing, yelling at the dwarf nearby. That will bring us up to Vesper with ball on deck. Actually, at the end of your turn, Ezekiel, the commander is going to go ahead and slam into Kalvyn while he's down. Seeing Kalvyn, your eyes open, he's going to kind of try and hit you at advantage. Thank God, because that was a 3. That is
he at advantage?
Because you're prone on the ground.
Oh, fuck me. Hey, what all is active now? I mean, like, I know that Shield of Faith is, well, that's shit's
Shield of
probably
Faith
gone.
on me is off, but you still have my Shield of Faith. Just because you're unconscious doesn't mean you lose it, so.
Okay. What about anything else? My Sacred Offering or my Aura of Determination? Either of those still active?
Yeah, all that's still active.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll say that's active. So that is a 17 plus 8. 25.
Uh-huh.
21 piercing.
And
fire.
I'm out again.
But
It's been fun, y'all.
Another one of his reactions here. Remember, you have, you went out once and twice. So you have 2, which means disadvantage on checks and your speed is halved. And now Vesper.
I'm going to scoot my boot up here to the edge. With my bonus action, I'm going to hit this guy again with the sacred weapon since I have it.
Go for it. As it turns, drawing back.
Not a 12 is not great.
He ducks under it. It scrapes against his shield.
And then I'm going to use my second use of the fire breath potion on him.
And what's the range on that?
30 feet.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Dex save?
Yes, indeed.
You actually rolled well. 19.
Yeah, I think it'll save, so it's half damage. Oh, that's really good, though. Damn it. 17. 19.
Okay. So 19 reduced to 8.
9, right?
Oh, yeah, 9.
Halves.
Did you say 18? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it said 8, 17. Okay, so flames, he tries to duck under it and use his shield to protect himself somewhat, but it's not quite enough, but he's still standing. Anything else for you, Vesper?
I don't think there's any way for me to get across this pit.
Okay.
So, nope.
Okay. And that's about a 15 to 20 foot gap. At this point, Ball, you're on deck. You all hear in common now, "Enough! Surrender or he dies." As the commander lifts the morning ball and comes down upon Kalvyn. At advantage, that is a 22 to hit you, Kalvyn.
So he hangs up.
So he hits as Kalvyn takes 2 death veils. As this commander yells out, "Surrender or he dies," slamming it into Kalvyn's chest as there's a sickening crunch. As Kalvyn's dragon armor is bent in, the spear at his foot still burning hot. steaming up from the rain. So that'll bring us up to the ball as this commander looks at you, raising his weapon again to go down on Kalvyn.
Question. I have in my inventory one of these potions that's like a 2d4 plus 2 healing potion, but it specifically says bonus action. Is that bonus action only for myself, or is that for
so it's always an action to administer to someone else, but depending on the potion, it might be bonus or action for yourself, but always action on someone else.
All right.
This guy's looking pretty intense. You're not sure how he's going to react, but you do see Kalvyn is lying there, bleeding out. And Kalvyn is actually on next.
So as in, like, functionally he's holding some kind of an action? I don't know.
You don't know, but he just hit him and he's raising to go again. But you don't know. But you do know Kalvyn is bleeding out, is looking really bad.
Okay.
After you.
I hope this is the right move. Sorry, guys. I'm going to just basically try to grab him and thunder step out.
Okay. Yeah, you can grab Kalvyn. He's within 5 feet. And that is Constitution saves on anyone within 10.
Yeah, let me check that really quick.
Yes.
It's 10 feet. Constitution save or 3d10 thunder. I'll do that real quick.
Okay.
25 thunder damage.
Well, 25? Jesus. So this guy...
Even if they succeed, all 3 of those wolves are dead.
Okay.
I hate dogs.
You said, 25. Holy shit. Okay. So the commander takes half, but that's still 22. Good God. Okay. And the wolves are dead as there's an explosion that draws Kalvyn and Ball to a spot you can see within 90 feet. So wherever you want to go.
One question. Can I occupy the space of a spirit weapon?
Yeah, it's ethereal.
Okay, I think that was my one question. I don't think I had another question. I'm going to take him, and I want to position myself just kind of here at the edge with Kalvyn kind of right there, like as far into that corner as possible.
Okay, so you're kind of holding on to him on the edge as he is unconscious.
And then as soon as I get there, I'm going to, especially now that I can see Vesper, I'm going to look to her and yell, Vesper? Well, I can't yell it with Ball's voice, but Ball yells Vesper and says, Kalvyn's bleeding out.
Okay, so that is your action. Any movement or bonus, or is that your turn?
I do have a bonus action. With my bonus action, I'm just going to burn one of my second level spells to get 2 sorcery points. And that's all I can do.
Okay. Doing that will bring us up to Kalvyn. He has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Well,
Or I'm sorry, a death saving throw.
Yeah, death save. Hey, I'm fucking dead.
As Kalvyn, Ball, as you're grabbing onto him, holding him, as he's starting to slip off the edge, leaving the spear behind, you look down and finally notice kind of the extent, now that you're out of the melee, for the most part, of the damage to his shield and his armor, the blood that is pouring out everywhere between his nose, his cracked temple, his mangled leg, as you see Kalvyn on the ground, unmoving. And that'll bring us up to these guys. We're going to do things with Ellory. You're going to be on deck. So these guys are going to attack. This. Attack you. Ezekiel, are you on the ground? Dead. And then up to the shaman. As you see all the commander's wounds healing, as you hear a word being called from the tower, as the commander begins to move forward. And that'll bring us up to Ellory.
Okay. I am going to first move up 30 feet. I think I can get to there, so I can get a better vantage point. Actually, I don't think I need it. It doesn't say for my spell, for my storm sphere, that I have to see the point where I'm casting it. It's just a point that I choose.
Okay.
So I am going to cast Storm Sphere so that the edge of it is right at the gate, and I'm going to use however many sorcery points it takes to cast it carefully so that Ball automatically saves the strength saving throw.
Who are you trying to hit?
Well, first, when I set it down, everyone within the 20-foot radius has to make a strength save.
Okay.
Anyone who moves through it towards the gate will have that difficult terrain that comes with it.
Okay, so as this whirling sphere, you can see the heat lightning in the distance in the sky as the storm is pushing its way, still miles away. The heat lightning flashes once again as this crackling sphere of thunder and lightning and wind begins to whip up.
Anyone within the sphere who fails their save lower than 14 takes 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so this guy takes 7. And is that it for you?
Lightning will strike out from the center towards the commander.
Okay, is that a dexterity save?
That is an attack, so I have to roll.
Okay.
Oh, that is a good roll. That's 22.
Yeah, that hits.
And then he will take 16 points of lightning damage.
Okay. Striking into the commander, the lightning flows through him. You can see he's looking pretty rough at this point, but he's still standing.
And that is it for me.
Okay. That will bring us up to Amsen with the wolves and then Ezekiel on super deck.
Okay. Hearing some thunder and then seeing Ball's silhouette in front of the fire that's beyond him, I am going to hold a fog cloud and cast it as soon as Ball lands near us.
Okay.
Assuming he can still do that. Or at the very least, whenever he gets closer.
All right. And as that happens, you hear from within the storm, Groldak Lefisai. The commander calling out as one of the bugbears, following his heroic command, is going to strike out at Ball. Not great. He slams against the side of your leg armor, penetrating nothing. And that'll bring us up to the wolves.
All right. Northernmost wolf going to come down, so that's 2 on red 3 with advantage.
Yeah.
Come on, button. Work. Ooh, too many. So the first 2, 23 and 23.
Yeah.
8 and 6. And then that last one is a 10 versus number 4. We'll just keep that roll.
Okay. So the bugbear's still standing as the wolves are tearing into him. The other one is able to...
He does have to make 2 strength saves, though.
Okay.
He rolls a 4, he's prone.
Natural 19. And a 7.
So he's prone.
As he falls onto his back. Prone. That'll bring us up to blue. Several of them down. Number 5 is going to continue to go towards against Ball. That is a 17 to hit Ball.
That won't hit.
Okay. And this one is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is going to get out of the range, dropping the mace to the ground and pulling out a bow, firing it at you, Ball. Does this mess up ranged weapons? It doesn't. So that is a 15 to hit you, Ball. As an arrow flies through the storm, kind of whips it off target, flying around you. That is all the blue. That will bring us up to you. Yep.
Did any of them end their turn within the sphere?
One did, so strength save?
Yes.
That is a 19.
Yeah, okay, he's fine.
As he resists the wind, shouldering into it. That brings up to Meli, who's going to send another firebolt, or frostbolt. That's a natural 1, as she's just seeing Kalvyn hanging over the edge, blood dripping into the gulch below. She forms this icicle, begins to throw it as it shatters about a foot in front of her, the ice going everywhere. And that'll bring us up to the greens, who are going to continue to fire towards the onlookers. So 1 against each. Against Vesper, that is a 10. Against Ellory, that is a 9. And against Amsen, that is a 21.
Yep.
Okay. Dealing 4 piercing damage. As it skints across your shoulder, you're able to duck most of it, keep it from hitting your torso.
So, because I am holding a spell, do I need to roll concentration?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Just DC 10, though.
I'm good.
Okay. Still holding, gritting your teeth to hold the spell. That'll bring us up to Ezekiel.
Did the dwarf do anything? I know he's not on initiative, but...
Oh, thank you. I'm just going to put him... I'm going to put him with you. He comes out of... You see a crate to your left, where it looks like there's been a hole that's been buried, and the crate has been used to make a small little hut, essentially. And out comes this dwarf. 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, as he's just running out, sprinting. A couple of attacks of opportunity against him.
I'm not technically large, so if he could have scooted closer...
Yeah, so he'll just take one. He'll just take one then. And he's going to get a little farther. The first does hit him, though. As you see, as he sprints by the bugbear, he just slams the mason to him. You see this guy almost gets knocked down, but continues running. So he's running out. So 5, 10, actually 40, 45, 50. He's going to get there and look around, unsure of where to go next. So Ezekiel, your turn.
Why did he run so far away from me, that asshole?
He doesn't go that far, but he's wondering.
I told him to come here. I'm literally reaching out my hand.
No, you did, reaching out your hand, so he kind of runs around to the other side, we'll say. Just seeing all these wolves running. Oh God, oh God, oh God.
So I'm just going to grab him and lift up. I was willing to take the opportunity attack, but I'm as far as I can get with the spectral wings, even if it's only 10 feet off the ground, I'm starting to pull this fat thing out.
So you're starting to pull this very heavy dwarf. This is probably your max capacity, but you're pulling this guy up.
Dragging.
You actually see a chain hanging from his ankle, but there's no ball.
Oh, great.
Looks like
is that my action since he's willing? I don't know.
Yeah, no action to grapple since he's willing, so that just takes your movement.
As I take off, I will look down at the ground and say, Asintma, we could use a little cover, and I will cast plant growth.
Oh, gosh.
So I have it, I'll click it in 100-foot radius, so I can get the whole area, and I can pick spaces where it's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
All of the plants overgrow, and it takes 4 feet of movement to get through one space, or to do 1 foot. So it's not difficult terrain, it's divided by 4.
Wow, okay. So immediately, as you do this, the plants the roots and the seeds of saplings and grass and vines, ivy grows immediately up the 20-foot walls as this entire area is immediately overgrown. Some of the roots have already gone over the boots and legs of the bugbears and some of the wolves as well. Any areas in particular you're sparing?
I'm above ground now. I think I will... No, actually, because Ball can thunderstep. I'll let him get out. I just want the whole... Basically, this plateau to be overgrown.
Yeah, it's all overgrown. And even some saplings sprout out of the ground. They're small, but they're immediately a few trees are popping up. So as you're flying away, anything for your bonus action, or does that bring us to Vesper?
That brings us to Vesper.
Okay, Vesper.
Okay. So for my bonus action, I'm
with
going
ball
to use...
on deck.
I'm going to use my last fire breath on the dude on the bridge.
Okay. You should have moved, but it's too late.
Oh, who's the fuck?
That's an 18.
Okay, so 17 halved to whatever the fuck.
8.
Okay.
He's still standing, but he is scalded and burnt.
Great. Cool. Good. And then as the smoke leaves Vesper's mouth, it turns from black to white, and her eyes look over to Kalvyn, and her eyes also begin to glow white. And she reaches into her pack and pulls out the diamond, and I'm going to hold my action for Revivify when Ball gets to me.
Okay.
And brings him here.
Pulling it out, eyes glowing, seeing the state of Kalvyn. That'll bring us up to Ball.
What I'm going
to do... before that, at the end of... Did I skip this guy again? No, I didn't. At the end of your turn, the commander's going to again... Grofa, dus. Nodding his head as the bugbear on fire now is going to take another strike at you. Pathetic attempt at 7. As he's swinging towards you, you go ahead and do your action as he misses.
Okay, so what I'd like to do with my action, because I have a glaive, so I have reach, I'm going to try to hit the boss guy.
Okay.
I don't have any advantage or anything like that, so just a regular attack. I do have inspiration, which I'll likely use here.
Okay.
So 22.
That will hit. Yeah, he can't do anything about it. That hits.
7 slashing, I'm going to put a level 2 smite into there, 3d8, so 13 radiant damage.
Okay.
And the second that happens, use the 2 sorcery points I got last turn to, as a bonus action, Thunder Step out.
Okay. So immediately
taking
slicing
Kalvyn with me, obviously.
out the glaive, burning with smiting, silver white energy, thunder stepping. And where are you going?
I will go. I'm going to go right beside Vesper, like this, and then with Kalvyn beside, trying to kind of like, I guess, shield, or maybe here. Can I stand on that square there?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so there, and then kind of just trying to, as soon as I land, I'm basically trying to shield Kalvyn. And then for the boss guy, and then that blue 5, it would be, it's a Constitution save, I think?
Fail for the blue, taking
6 damage.
The thunderous explodes as blood begins to drip out of the bugbear's on fire ears. The commander, who's the other one, Constitution save. That one is a 15 for the commander.
He makes the save. So it would be 3 damage.
Okay. He's not looking great, but he's still alive.
Now that ball has landed, I'm going to use my fog cloud.
Okay.
And
so holding that spell, you release it.
Dropping a great big 20-foot radius fog cloud right in front of everybody.
Okay. The fog envelops Ball, Kalvyn, Vesper, Ellory, with Amsen just on the edge, shielding them, obscuring their view.
Now that Kalvyn is here,
balls.
I'm going to use my Revivify.
Okay.
So Vesper places the diamond in the center of Kalvyn's chest. Her eyes still glowing, she reaches out and pinches the air. And for just an instant, as her fingers close, Ball can see like a silver thread between her fingers. And she goes, "No, not today." Pulls the thread into the diamond, and as soon as it hits the diamond shatters into dust. And Kalvyn is brought back to life.
Go ahead and roll a wisdom check.
It doesn't say I need to do that.
It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't in Critical Role either.
Okay.
It's on his rolls.
That looks like a natural 1 phase.
That's a natural one.
Guys, it's
That's
been
a
fun.
natural one.
I'm gonna go spend some time with my wife. I'll hear what happens later.
The diamond, the light expends, and then dark once more with no movement. I'll bring us up to these red guys. There's not many of them left. I'm going to try to hit the damn dog. Finally he does. Killing that one. And this one's going to try to hit one as well. Standing up. Just barely hitting. Not a whole lot of damage. And that'll bring us up to this guy, who's going to continue to do that. And then back down to the commander, who's going to try to get out. But this is difficult terrain and times 4. So 20 feet, 40 feet, I guess. He can't do much. Yeah, so he's going to do that. Yeah, so I guess that's 40 feet. That seems insane, but we're going to call it that. So yeah, that's as far as he can go. So that's as far as he can do. He is going to do that. And then actually he's going to call again. No, he's not. And Ellory, it's up to you.
Did anyone end their turn within the storm?
Yeah, he did. So strength save for the commander. That is a 12.
That does not make it. So he takes 12 damage, bludgeoning damage from the winds.
So picking up pieces of weapons and arrows and rocks and roots now and slinging them all around as he's shooting his eyes, trying to make his way out. That'll bring us...
did you say it was my turn?
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I have a couple things I want to do. First, I am going to use my bonus action to bring lightning down on the commander.
Okay,
and that's an attack. So I have to... That's a natural 20.
Okay, you hit.
So let me double check how many dice this is.
Should be 8d6 lightning damage if it's a crit.
Yes, which is exactly how many d6s I have. Okay, so that's 24 points of lightning damage.
As a lightning. You see the heat lightning that's been striking ignites across the entirety of the sky as this lightning bolt slams down upon him. And Ezekiel sees him fall to the ground.
As my action, I'm going to, because I'm assuming there's still people clustered there, I'm going to drop a fireball.
You can't see anything, but you can certainly go for it. You're in a fog cloud. You can't see anything. You can assume and aim where people were.
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
But you're basically blind.
I'm gonna center it a little forward from where I had the storm sphere, just in case I can get any of the people on the ramparts that way. But I'm not sure if I can.
Okay, so a little closer to you.
Yeah, a little closer.
And that's what, a 20-foot radius?
Yes.
So you can hit all three of those. So dex saves fail. 13 and a fail. So go ahead and roll that damage with Amsen on deck.
So that's another 8d6. Oh boy. Okay. 29, 30, 33 points of fire damage to anyone who failed the save, and half that if they succeeded.
Okay. And that will bring us up to Amsen as this explosion of fiery energy erupts, mixing in the flames with the wind.
Okay, so I can't really see anything right now, but I can see Meli. How is she looking health-wise?
She's okay. She's not in the best state, but she's okay. There's other people that are worse off.
Okay. Well, I can't see anybody else, and Meli is wounded. I am too, a little bit, but whatever. I'll do a second-level healing word on Meli.
Okay.
4. Hey, that's max. So, 11.
Okay. And she's now max. She has max hit points.
And for my action, I'm going to take the dodge action, just in case. And I'll stay behind my fog cloud so that people can't see me.
Okay, so that will, as Amsen hiding behind, heals up Meli. That brings us up to the wolves. There's 2 left. Both hit. The wolves tear into this guy, killing this last one.
So,
ripping his
yay!
face.
Good boys. Good boys.
And that will bring us up to blue. There's not many left. He's going to move and fire at one of the wolves. 19 kills one of them. I think that's the only blue left. That brings it to Meli, who can't really see a target. So she's just going to hold in case she needs to. Ezekiel, you'll be on deck. As this bugbear fires, killing one of the wolves, there's only one wolf remaining. There's one guy on the ramparts. Or no, there's 2 still. They're going to... don't have any shots, so they're just going to fire blindly towards Ball and Vesper at disadvantage. 19 to a miss and a miss. So arrows, you can still see Vesper and Ball as arrows kind of land at your feet and next to Kalvyn. They can't see, but they can still fire blindly into it. That'll bring us up to Ezekiel.
You said the big guy went down?
He's down.
But I did not see the guy that was casting earlier go down, right?
No, you do not.
So as I am flying over, he was wearing metal armor, right? The big guy?
He was, yeah.
Just on the safe side, I'm going to cast heat metal on his armor.
Okay. So he immediately takes the damage. As you see it, the armor heat up, burning. As you see it, the rain from the sky and from this storm that Ellory has conjured, evaporating immediately off of it. He's unmoving.
And I'm just going to fly, I guess, west, so I can dip behind the wall and get out of view if I can get that far carrying this guy.
Okay, so that was an action for heat metal, so you have movement, right?
Yes.
So 10 more feet into the air. So you're about 20 feet in the air with him at 15 feet below you.
Okay.
Because I actually made a thing for him. He's going to throw an acid vial at the bugbear at the bottom. That brings him to Vesper.
Vesper kneels over Kalvyn with the pale diamond dust coating the usually soot-stained looking fingers and waits for Kalvyn to breathe. And he doesn't. She keeps waiting for him to breathe. And he doesn't. And there's not really anything else I can do right now, I don't think.
That will bring us up to Ball, as Vesper is just waiting to see. Already knowing, but not willing to believe it.
So kind of trying to look through the fog kind of floating over Kalvyn's body and Vesper's hands. Ball's going to kind of step over to the other side here. And as he does, he's going to look at Kalvyn and look at Vesper and say, I'm going to kill them all. And then he's going to, with his running start, use his action to dash. He's going to try to run and jump the chasm for the bridge, which he can jump 17 feet. This is 15, this is 20.
Make an athletics check. So as you get a running start.
It's a 25.
Yeah. Landing in the storm on the edge. You land about there, actually, yeah.
I think I have to take some damage here.
If you're ending your turn, you have to make a strength save versus that storm.
Can I see anything around here? I guess, can I just see what I see?
Looking around, you see there was a few left on the ramparts. Getting back in, there are a number of bugbears dead in the storm, including the commander, as well as a number of others dead where you were fighting earlier, as well as dead wolves. There's a few other bugbears still up, but not many left. So one to the ramparts to your left, one to the right, and a few others. But now you're looking down, and there is wind, and there is heavy overgrowth on the ground.
With my bonus action, I'm going to cast Mantle of Flame again. I think it was still up, but maybe just kind of landing and just striking my fist on the ground as I land. My eyes are just going to erupt in flame as I look for my next target, and I'll end my turn.
Okay. As the flames burn once more. That'll bring us to the reds, which I think there's literally one guy left. No, there's two left. Unsure of what to do. Are going to pick up their bows and move towards the sound they heard.
Remember, all of their movement is divided by 4.
Oh, thank you. Wow, so that's all he can do. They switch weapons, and that's all they do. That'll bring us to this guy. That's all. He's going to sprint, and that's all he can do. Seeing his commander down, he's going to use a bonus action, try to healing word. It doesn't work. He's dead, but he's stuck there now. Commander's dead. Ellory.
First thing that I'm going to do, and I think I have to use my action to dash to get past Vesper to the other side of the fog. So that gets me 40 feet, and then I'm going to go up a little bit more. So with Ball's mantle activated, should I be able to see him from where I am?
Yeah, you can see him.
Okay. Can I see that the commander is down from here?
Ball's kind of in the way. I mean, you see bodies, and you see his large form with his morning star of black coal on the ground as well, burning.
Okay. So I'm going to...
Everything's on fire. You see the plateau is overgrown. You see saplings, roots, all the way down the plateau.
Ball is just barely within 30 feet of me, so I'm going to forego the lightning, and as a bonus action using sorcery points, I'm going to cast Enlarge on Ball.
Okay.
Oh wait, that drops the storm.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay. As Ball, raging in an inferno of fire, raises up to 20 feet, Ball at 20 feet and 2 inches. Your head is just peeking over the walls now, as you see the few bugbears remaining, eyes wide, starting to dart around for a way out.
I think I still take 2d6 bludgeoning from when I ended my turn in the storm, because I failed to save for it.
What was your save?
I got a 6.
Oh yeah, so I guess I roll for that. That's 5 points.
And that will bring us up to Amsen. As Ellory darts forth, looking at Ball, the storm drops as Ball towers above.
I'm going to stumble into the fog cloud, reaching Vesper, and seeing her, seeing Kalvyn. It's not looking good. I'm just going to touch Vesper on the shoulder as I use my action to keep moving. I'm going to move out of the fog cloud on the other side, kind of behind Ellory, and I can see Ball and his great magnificence. I am going to use my bonus action to inspire Ball. I'm going to sing. Sure, fuck it, I'll do the Katy Perry one. 'Cause Ball, you are a firework. Come and let the fires burst. Make it go, oh, oh, oh. Gonna make it burn up, up, up.
And Ball, as you hear this song echoing behind you, fireworks as you yourself are burning in fire. That will bring us up to these blue guys. It's going to run, but he can't get far. Tripping, pushing through the bushes and vines and roots. A few are running away. Meli prepared. Green. This one's going to fire at Ball, stupidly, but he's going to do it. That's a 9. As the arrow flies towards Ball, it's incinerated before it gets to you. This guy seeing that is going to be... no, fuck that. And he's going to action dash and jump off the ramparts. You hear a smash down below. Not sure if he survived or not, but he fell. Let's actually give him a dex save. Not great. Okay. And that will bring us up to Ezekiel, flying with the dwarf.
All right. Ezekiel just saw Ball come back and turn giant, and he has no idea what the fuck is happening anymore.
You see some of the plants are beginning to catch fire around Ball.
Yeah, that's the drawback of having a great ball of fire. So I am going to move south. How fast can I travel?
Let's see, 20 foot, so it's 10 per move. If you're dashing, it can be
30.
20.
30 is my speed with wings.
Oh, it is? I'm sorry, I thought it was 20. So it's just half, because you're carrying him.
Got it. So I can move 1, 2, 3 squares. I can't really see much. I noticed that guy casting Healing Word and the guy not moving, so I can leave my death fire alone. I think I'm just going to dash. I'll go another 3 squares, because I have not seen Kalvyn's dead body, and I don't know why we're staying right now.
Okay.
I assume Ball came back for me, so I'm going to go.
Okay. It'll bring us up to Vesper once more with Ellory on deck after a couple others. From where you are, you can see a vague, large light, but you're currently in the fog, so you can't really see anything.
Would it be enough that I could Healing Word him or no?
No, not enough for mechanically, but you can kind of tell where he is, but you need to sight on him.
I don't want to leave Kalvyn. For a moment, I'll set him down, run out of the fog, cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Ball.
And Ball's on deck.
Hang on. 12. Not a lot. And then I'll just touch Amsen's arm and then go back and stay with Kalvyn.
Seeing Ball briefly in his massive form going back to Kalvyn, that brings up to Ball in your burning form. You looking down, there are roots and bushes and saplings all grown in the way, reaching up to your knees and waist in some places. Every foot of movement costs 4.
Yeah, I'm not expecting to do a lot of movement here, so I will move 1 square here, and I'm assuming that's all my movement.
That's basically, yeah.
Because I have the glaive, and because I'm taller than Godzilla, I assume I can see this guy here.
Actually, oh no, the storm is gone. So it's just 1, so yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so then I'm going to attack this guy here with the glaive.
You swing the glaive up in your massive form.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Yeah.
14.
Just hits.
Oh,
he doesn't have his shield out, just has his bow as he turns over, tries to put it in the way, but your glaive slices through the bow and then into him.
Oh, wow. 15 slashing? Oh, plus...
His throat is slit.
18. Okay. So as in he's dead?
He's dead as he slumps over and then falls off the edge.
All right. And then seeing him fall, I'm going to reach into my pocket, take out my bonus action potion with my finger and my thumb, or my forefinger and my thumb. Twist that
whole thing back like a pill.
Yeah. Chug it back like a pill, and then, crush it in my hands and make eye contact with the next closest person I see.
Okay. There's 4 bugbears. 1 is heavily wounded. The other 3 aren't bad. and then one older one in front of you. That'll bring us up to these two guys who are basically saying, fuck it. So 20, 40, dashing, 20, 40, dashing, and this guy who's also saying, fuck it, 40, dashing, back up to Ellory with Amsen on deck.
Okay, I think I can just barely see one past ball. I'm going to start by shifting a little bit to the right just to make sure I can see that one. And I am going to cast... I'm tempted to Thunderstep over there, but then the others would take damage from it. I am going to cast Scorching Ray. All 3 rays at the one that I can see, because he's the only one I can see.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
That's individual attack rolls for each ray, I believe.
Yes.
First one is a 12.
Yes. He ducks under the first.
Second is a 25.
Hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. 7 damage.
Yeah, that's enough. The second one slams into his chest as he tries to duck the first. Third one, he's dead before it even hits him, knocking him back a couple feet.
I'm not sure the third would have hit him anyway with a 14.
Okay. As he flies back. That'll bring us up to Amsen. As the flames are growing, are now basically 5 feet around Ball.
How does Ball look health-wise?
I think pretty good.
After Ellory and the potion, I'm looking pretty good. Maybe like 80%.
Okay. I'll wait with that then.
And
Nobody the girl's names right tonight.
before ending my turn, could I have just yelled out, "We're going to fucking kill you all"?
Yeah, you can absolutely say that. I think there's no more blue skies left. I think I've killed all of them. Yep, that was the last one of those. Meli, who's holding.
I haven't done anything.
Oh, I thought you said you were.
No, I didn't say anything.
I thought. Okay, good.
No, I'm gonna take a step forward. Can I see this guy that jumped off?
No, he's 70 feet down.
Oh, okay.
Or actually, if you got to the edge, you might be able to.
Yeah, if I got to the edge.
Your vision wouldn't reach that far. But you would know about where he landed, but you wouldn't be able to see down that far.
Okay. I don't see anybody who's alive, so I'm just going to go into the fog cloud next to Vesper and end my turn.
Okay. Meli's holding. That brings us up to this guy. It's gonna go. That's all I can do. Dashing. Ezekiel.
Now I know something's wrong, so I will turn at where I see 5, and I don't know what the number, but I can see another bugbear that are running into the upper left corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I might as well. I will do Call Lightning down on both of them, so they both have to make a dex save.
16 on the first, and 7 on the second.
The first will make it, so he takes half, so that's 8, but I'll go ahead and give him also the radiant damage, because my wings are still out. So
Okay.
One takes 15 lightning and thunder, one is 15 just lightning, because half plus 7 balances out.
How much extra radiant damage was it?
So they both take 15. It's 7
okay,
extra.
I got you. So as they're trying to trudge through this plant growth and try to make their way, the one closest to the wolf is struck dead, smoldering on the ground, as the other one, wide-eyed, is burning, smoldering, but still up and moving, trying to run. And that'll bring us up to Vesper, then Ball. Unless there's something else for Ezekiel.
I keep moving, I just can't get past that wall, so if you move me in,
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Vesper and then Ball.
Vesper just reaches up and takes Ezekiel's hand and just holds it, white-knuckled, and puts Kalvyn's head in her lap, so he's not on the ground.
Okay. You're still in that fog cloud. That'll bring us up to Ball.
My movement is halved. When I do the math, if I did 50 feet of movement
it's
not halved,
divided by 4.
When I do that, I get to 12.5 feet. Does that mean I can move 2 or 3 squares?
So you need to be able to do 20 feet to move any square. So you would have to dash to move a square. Or no.
So what I mean is, if I
take you 1 square.
50 divided by 4 would give me 12.5 feet of unhindered total.
So that would give you 2 squares.
2 squares, okay. So my first square, I will move up Can I move diagonally once and then forward once? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I'll move this way, and as I look down and see this kind of officer general dude, the one that I saw basically killing Kalvyn, and being the size that I am, I'm literally just going to step on his head with my foot as I continue to walk by.
In a crunch of metal.
Take another step forward, and I see these two that I can't really get anywhere near them, so that's where I end the turn.
Okay.
Or, yeah, actually that's where I end the turn. That's it.
Dashing. It's here. You can see this guy's running, trying to go to climb the wall. Back up to this guy. And let me see this. Okay. And bring us up to Ellory again with Amsen on deck.
I can't see anything that I can attack right now. I remember seeing that there was somebody up in the tower at some point before we came in.
So looking up in that direction, you don't currently see anyone up in the tower. It's very dark there. I mean, you can't. Yeah. You're not sure. You can hold a reaction in case you see something, or.
I'm going to call out to Ball. Can you send the bridge across so we can get over? And then I am holding on to just let's go with Eldritch Blast.
Okay. And that'll bring us up to Amsen as Ellory is holding on to arcane wild energy, preparing to release it if anything comes in sight. Amsen, you're still in the safety of the fog cloud.
I literally have nothing.
Otherwise, you'll start to come back around to Ezekiel, Vesper, Ball.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay there by Vesper. I got nothing.
Meli's holding as well. Green is again trying to escape slowly. Ezekiel.
Anything I can see, I'm going to bring a lightning bolt down. If they're two close enough together, it's only a 5-foot radius, so they would have to be close. But I'm going to bring a lightning bolt down on whatever I see.
Okay. There's two. They're not within 5 feet, but there are two. There's one that's like just getting to a wall and starting to climb, and another one is trying to make it.
One of them is one of the ones I hit last turn. I'm going to go for that guy.
Yeah, so Dex saving him is 11.
18 lightning plus 7 radiant. So.
You hit him as he's starting to just climb this wall of plants, falling back to the ground again. Dead. So just one left and one that ran into the tower.
I just realized that I can't hold, because holding a spell requires concentration, right?
Right.
So I did not do that. I'm keeping a large on Ball.
Okay. That's fine. And that will bring us up to Vesper if Ezekiel's moving.
That's it.
Amsen's hand. I took Amsen's hand since everyone's calling me out about it. But I get up now and I call out to Meli. Meli, come stay with Kalvyn.
Okay,
and I pull out a knife and turn and get ready if the bridge comes across.
Okay.
Still holding Amsen's hand in the other.
Should probably be starting towards you on the past couple turns. I just hadn't moved her. That'll bring us up to Ball.
A couple questions. One, would fire do anything to this overgrowth? Like if I were to breathe fire, for example, would that do anything immediately, or is it just
not immediately? It's green new growth. Stuff is starting to catch fire behind you, but it's not an immediate kindling tinder.
Okay, and I assume because it's grown so thick, I can't just try to jump over it to move further, can I?
I would. You can try to jump, but I don't think it's going to get you much.
Okay. And then this building around here, like, what is the wall made of at first glance?
Brick, red brick. All the walls are.
All right. Well, what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to take out a silver javelin and throw that at this guy. I don't know the range on it. It's 30, 120. So would I have to move forward for that to? I guess it's disadvantage anyway because I can't move that far.
Yeah.
All right, so with disadvantage, let's throw the javelin at it. An 8.
That'll miss. Tripping over some of the plants in the way, the javelin flies wide, hitting into the tent.
All right, and then I will move the one square I can, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Oh, sorry guys. I'm going to just say that was in character. That Ball totally ignored you, because I totally forgot what you said about the bridge.
So that'll come back up around to Ellory, then Amsen. There's not that many people on the board left.
Amsen is next to me. I'm holding his hand too, his other hand, and just focusing on keeping Ball enlarged.
Okay. And Amsen?
I don't have anything. Yeah, I can't cast anymore. I'm holding two girls' hands.
Well, you can let go if you need to cast.
No, I know. Freaking hell. Yeah, no, I can't see anything, and Ball's there. He's still inspired because he hasn't used it yet, so I can't. No reason inspiring him.
No, I did use my inspiration.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah. You want a third inspiration for the game?
You want to send me a song to remind me to open the fucking bridge? London Bridge is not falling because you haven't opened it.
Or I could cast Suggestion to make him do that. So I'll probably do that, actually. I'll yell out, using a second level spell slot to cast Suggestion on Ball, which is a Wisdom saving throw. And I will yell out, Ball, please send the bridge over, we can help.
That's a 15.
You saved.
Hearing Amsen's words, you hear the plea, but can still decide freely. Your choice. If that's it for Amsen, Meli rushes up, finds Kalvyn kind of walking through the fog and able to see, finds him, and then drops to her knees next to him. That brings up to this guy, Ezekiel, and then Vesper on deck. This guy gets here and starts climbing. And so Ezekiel's next, and then Vesper after that.
If I can bring lightning down on the guy that's climbing, I'll go and do that.
19.
So he takes half so it's 19 damage, so 10.
Okay. He's still up, but not for long. And Vesper.
Sure wish I could do something. But I can't. So I'll hold my action to dash.
Okay. That'll bring us up to Ball again.
Alright, I was about to take a step forward, but I guess hearing this call again, I'll kind of look underneath him and see what I imagine is the contraption to push and pull the bridge in and out.
It looks to be almost basically on rails, though there are a lot of roots that have kind of intertwined now since plant growth. So it'd be athletics to push it. There's also a few bodies on it. It'll be tough, but you can do it.
So I'm pretty sure with enlarge I have advantage.
Yeah, you should.
Yes.
All right. So athletics.
Athletics, yeah.
With advantage, and I think I might want to use my inspiration. Let me see how this goes. I'll use my inspiration. No, you didn't give me inspiration. Never mind. So 25.
Okay. So 25. So you're able to push it, really only because of all the plant growth, you're able to push it one square, essentially. 25 feet, but because of the plant growth, that only goes one square. But you're able to break a lot of the roots and push it out a little bit. It'll take a little bit more to get it out completely. The bridge is heavy as you heave into it. Roots snapping as you do so.
I'm going to look in the direction of the building that I saw. I don't even remember what creature it was that went inside.
Yeah, you saw an older bugbear go in there.
Okay, and I'm going to look there and say, come out, then meet your maker. And I'll move just one square over to the right, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Brings up to this guy. Ball. And because of the flames, I think anyone that can see the tower, the shaman you see climbs up out of a hatch onto the watchtower's kind of floor and begins moving towards the back and climbing over the wall on the backside.
How tall is this tower?
His feet would be at 40 feet. The roof is at 50.
Okay. It's not my turn, so I'll let you guys continue.
Ellory, Amsen, it kind of goes through the list again.
Can I see that?
You see him briefly. I think there's enough light from Ball to where you can just barely see some movement.
Okay.
But he's no longer in sight.
He's not in sight anymore?
No, he was just briefly. So if you're holding a spell, you might have been able to get a shot off, but he's no longer in sight anymore.
He isn't in sight, but I still have 1/3 level spell slot left. Okay. So I am going to drop a fireball where I saw that movement, centered where I saw that movement.
Great. That's a 5.
No, that does not save. So let me gather up my d6s. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 30, 37 points of fire damage.
Half of the roof is blown off as the flames envelop it. This explosion, and then later a thud. Going down the line, there's only one left. I think the next person who would get a shot on is Ezekiel. And as this guy's slowly climbing up the wall, the lightning bolt comes down, striking into him, finishing him off as well.
And I think I finally have enough movement to fly above the corner here and drop my little dwarf friend. He probably lands on that stump, which is not fun for him, but I don't care. And I'm just going to shout, "What's happening? Why? What's wrong?"
Kalvyn.
I tried.
Are they all dead in there?
All that I can see from up here.
I'm sick of this fucking cloud.
I'll drop it.
Paul, can you get the bridge any further?
Yeah, sure. So Ball will try to push the bridge out again.
Yeah. And after a couple minutes of going for it, you can eventually get the bridge across, though if you continue to be in fire form, the flames are beginning to envelop.
Yeah, I think what
Ball does is becoming an inferno in this post.
And I think Ball's contributing to it. So when he pushes the bridge out, he just goes back to kind of basically just setting stuff on fire.
Yeah. As you see Ball moving around. And Ball, even for you, this is before too long, it's going to be too hot for even you to handle. As you're moving around, just setting everything in place.
I'm controlling flames on the fire on the bridge to push it back.
Okay. As the cloud drops and you see Kalvyn unmoving, bloodied, beaten, with Meli kind of over him.
We need to at least get Meli's spell book back. It's in there somewhere.
Vespa, you're resistant to fire, right? Can you go in and try to find it?
Sure, I'll go look. And I'll run in and try and I'll use my dashing and everything and just try and find her book.
As she goes, I'll just say, "You can find it," and I'll give her inspiration.
Okay. I'll say make an investigation check just to see how quickly you can move through this and search around.
I don't trust that die anymore. Oh, perfect. That's a 19. I'm going to use my inspiration anyways. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. Moving through, keeping away from the flames as best you can, pushing through the plant growth. You go into the most likely place, the tower. On the bottom floor, there seems to be some sort of bedroom. Next to it is a chest. It seems to be locked, but it seems like the most likely culprit.
I pull out
coming back out, you might have to.
Gave me though.
Yeah, go ahead. And,
I don't know how to use them, but I can try.
Go ahead and make it at disadvantage since you've never done this before.
Oh, okay. It's dexterity, right?
Yeah.
13.
It doesn't seem to be coming loose. It's a padlock on a pretty large wooden stash. It's pretty big. It's maybe 3 feet wide, 2 feet tall.
I'll run back out. Ellory, I think I know where it is, but I need your help.
Okay, so I'm going to go through. I'm going to control flames to clear a path out of the whatever's on fire.
You push your way through the flaming plant growth, keeping the flames at bay, moving in. The tower is starting to catch fire. The inner wood is not quite aflame, but it's going to be soon as you move in and see the chest.
Pull my shield off and hold it kind of over me and Ellory in case anything starts to fall.
Okay.
And I'm going to...
I just want to also, when Ellory goes, I want to move over there too to check the body of the caster guy that dropped.
Flying over there, you see a body dead on the edge, burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, I want to search that one.
Okay.
And Ball's going to search where Kalvyn fell, looking for his sphere.
Okay. You find the sphere.
Okay, so I'm trying to unlock this chest. That is an 8.
Unable
9.
to at this point, and the flames are beginning to catch the wooden parts of the tower. You can see, especially the upper parts where your fireball initiated it, the flames are beginning to burn down. Smoke is beginning to fill the room. It's getting hard to breathe. And outside, it's burning hot. Ball, you're even starting to, in the next round or two, are going to start taking damage.
Can I try one more time?
You can, as you can kind of see the floors above you beginning to burn, the fire working its way down. Ezekiel, as you're searching this guy, you see he's wearing basic leathers and hides and furs. He has numbers of trinkets on him, bones and feathers and little animal pieces. The biggest thing of note is what appears to be a root of some sort of plant that is grown in a circle, creating sort of a ring of plant.
All right. I'll grab that, and then I'll just wait at the base of the tower. My wings are probably spent by now, but I'll see if Vesper and Meli... if Vesper and Ellory need to ride out.
They're waiting on the outside. You and Ball with Ellory, go ahead and try again.
Okay. My third natural 20 of the night.
So kind of seeing the pressure is on as you cough. The padlock comes open as you sling open the chest. Inside you see a number of Meli's gear, the scarf, the books, anything else Meli had on her that wasn't just her basic clothes. You also see piles of coins, gold, silver, copper, as well as a number of gems as well, kind of put in another place to the side. A few other ledgers and stuff inside.
How big is the chest?
It's about 3 feet by 2 feet.
Can you guys carry that and hold on tight?
I'm not particularly strong, but I can try.
Neither am I, but we each grab one end.
Okay. Between the both of y'all, you can start to pull it out as the flames are building up around you, coughing, the flames singeing the sides of y'all. Everybody in the tower takes 5 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Halved for anyone that's resistant as you get out.
Fall, can you help?
Yeah, Ball will slowly make his way over. Not because he's trying to be slow, but because someone decided to create the Amazon rainforest in here.
And the Amazon rainforest is on fire, so now you are trying to get out, essentially.
Ball, get the chest. I'll take care of them. And I will spider form again for the girls to climb on so we can just get over the wall.
Okay. So you're able to do that pretty quickly without having to deal with the flames. Ball, picking up the chest, you can do, 50 feet. So you can do 2 squares around. So 1, 2, 3.
I don't know if... Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Unless you were going to do something else. I was just trying to calculate your movement to get out of here.
I doubt that Ellory's controlled flames plus my burning of the plants would have done anything.
It's gotten out of control at this point, yeah.
Okay.
It helped at first, but not at this point.
Could I have thrown a healing word onto Ball before I switch forms?
Yeah.
I'm pretty high health and I'm fire resistant, so you might not need to.
Oh, okay. I thought you were still looking rough.
Would the fire have cleared some of the plants to make movement easier for Ball?
Yeah, it helps. So I'll take off a dice then. 16 fire damage reduced to 8. And that kind of gets you across the bridge, which is now on fire, beginning to burn.
As soon as I drop the chest, I'm just going to go over and hug Meli.
As you'll kind of gather back on this ridge here, the flames build and burn hotter on this post. Bodies burnt to ash. You see the bridge that burns for a little while before collapsing, falling, burning down. You hear the tower and some of the wooden floors collapse as well. And after some time, the fire begins to slowly begin to fade with the plants being burnt to nothing. And as you'll watch these fire burn on and looking down at Kalvyn, that's where we're going to leave off, and we'll come back. Not next week, but the week after.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Back to the Story. For notifications when an episode goes live, you can find us on Stitcher, Google Play, Player FM, or TuneIn. Download the app and subscribe or favorite us there. We also have a YouTube channel called Back to the Story, an actual play podcast. If you'd like to contact us, you can tweet us at back2_the_story. If you can't fit it into 280 characters, you can email us at thebonfirefables@gmail.com. And if you'd like further information about the campaign, the player characters, or behind-the-scenes sneak peeks, follow us on either Twitter or our Tumblr website. Lastly, if you'd like to support the show, feel free to buy us a coffee at ko-fi.com/backtothestory.